You know what? The first time or the first few times you shoot, you may airball. And then if you do that, you start looking, okay, damn, I airball. Why did I airball? Maybe I shot too short or whatever, or I didn't aim the right way. You make your adjustments, you get back in, you try again with a different approach, and this time you may hit the side of the rim or the front of the rim or something, the backboard, something. And then you go back, you course correct, damn, what didn't work? What did I do wrong? And then you keep making adjustments, and I promise you, with the more reps that you get in, the more shots you get up, and being intentional, you eventually gonna make shots. Building confidence with approaching girls, building a connection, asking a girl out for dates, communicating with them, it's the same thing. If you wanna be confident with girls, you have got to get reps in. What's good, fam? Look, if you came across this and you struggle with being so afraid of getting rejected by the girls that you want to date, you have confidence issues when it comes down to the girls that you want to date, and you feel lonely in your life right now because you don't have the dating experiences and abundance of it, or the connection with the beautiful girl that you know that you want, I need you to understand the harsh truth is that it's really you at the end of the day. Any interaction that you deal with is just gonna be a reflection of where you at, who you are, and how you relate. And any interaction with the girl that you wanna date is just gonna reflect that. And I say that wholeheartedly because I'm somebody who struggled with that for my whole child life and a majority of my adulthood. And I refuse to sit here and let any of you all that find this take as long as it took me to learn. And at the end of the day, your level of self-worth is gonna bleed into how you show up with women, how you show up in the quality of relationships and interactions that you have with women, or not if you don't have it. Let me explain how that is. Because at the end of the day, a lot of you all, you struggle with fear of rejection, you struggle with hesitation with approaching a girl that you may see wherever you are, and you hesitate or you don't approach at all. And the truth of the matter is, you don't really think highly enough of yourself. You don't think that you're the shit or that you have value to offer just off of who you are, what you do, what you bring to the table, and every other quality that you have. And somewhere in your mindset, in your belief system, you don't think you measure up because you see a girl and you think she's attractive, and all of a sudden you telling yourself that story that, oh, she wouldn't go for a guy like me. That's gonna affect you. If you don't have a level of confidence and a belief in yourself and have a high level of self-worth, that's what's gonna show. And a lot of times, I'll be honest, there may be some girls that you may come across where you're just not their cup of tea. And guess what? That doesn't mean that there's something wrong with you or you're less than because you're not what she looks for. It's just like a key. Every key is not gonna fit a certain lock. A key has to fit certain locks or whatever. So all you have to do is look at it in a way that, you know what? My key just doesn't fit that lock. Not that you aren't good enough. That's one of the areas out of a lot of different ways that a lot of you all mess your own selves up. And that's why I say everything else you may think about the experience, the situation, or the girl, and it's not, it's you. The minute you take time to look at yourself and clean up the parts about yourself, I promise you your dating life becomes simple. The second thing is pressure. A lot of you all fuck up because you put more pressure on yourself and unnecessary pressure on yourself when it comes down to going for the girls that you see and that you want to date. And at the end of the day, the pressure comes from you not thinking that you're enough. And realistically, instead of you, for the guys that actually do approach, instead of you actually going up to a girl and talking to her in a way where, you know what, you're just trying to invite, or matter of fact, screw that. You're just trying to introduce yourself to the girl, have a little conversation, see if there's something there, if there's a vibe, if there's a connection, there's something there. Instead of you coming off just being free, just trying to interact and see if there's something there, you come off needy and trying to prove yourself to a girl instead of just being who you are. And when you do that and you low-key not just trying to vibe and connect with a girl, but you low-key want her to like you because that's gonna validate you and make you feel like you him, or you enough, or you the shit. And when you come off that way and that's really what you want, instead of just trying to connect, your energy is gonna be off every time, and they can smell that shit like how sharks can smell blood in the water. And you're gonna be cooked every time. And I know if you listening to this and you playing back to some situations that you may have had in the past or recently, you looking like, damn, that makes a lot of sense. I'm telling you, I'm not telling you what somebody told me. I'm telling you from personal firsthand experience. I bumped my head time after time, day after day, week after week, year after year, and I just couldn't figure this shit out. So again, I'm harping on this because I don't want y'all to take as long as it took me to learn this shit. It doesn't have to take you that long. And I promise you, the minute that you clean up these two things, you're gonna see results. Like you getting a dating life, you starting to connect with girls that you find attractive, and just creating that spark and showing up like a guy that she just have no choice but to vibe with. It's gonna be a byproduct. And then the next thing, I got a couple more things that I want to share that's gonna help you change the game. The next thing I need you to understand is you have to establish confidence. And all confidence is how well you understand yourself. And so many of you guys are like, I don't know how to be confident with girls, or I don't have confidence. Hello, if you look at any of the guys that you may see, whether it's in person, from afar, social media, whatever the case is, they all built that. Very few, maybe 1% or even less than that, are natural confidence. Confidence in itself is built because it's evidence. Think about a shooter. I love using sport analogies. Steph Curry, Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan, LeBron James, they did not become elite at what they do. I'll use Steph Curry when it comes down to shooting. Everybody knows that Steph Curry is undisputedly the greatest shooter of all time. He didn't start out that way. At one point, he had to build confidence through reps, through getting shots up. Like, it wasn't like, oh, you know what? I want to be a great shooter. And then you sit around and watching other shooters asking other people how to shoot, or being afraid to actually get on the court and shoot. No, what you do is eventually, step one, you have to get on the court. That's step number one. Step number two, you actually got to pick up the basketball, pick the ball up and put the ball in your hand. Three, most importantly, you have to attempt the shot. You cannot become a great shooter if you never shoot the ball. Like, tell me anybody that's become a great shooter without shooting the ball, or letting the fact that, you know what? I don't want to miss. I don't want to miss the ball. Tell me anybody that's become a great shooter that let that keep them from shooting. So that's the process. You got to get shots up, because what's going to happen with basketball, you shoot the ball. And what eventually happens is, you know what? The first time or the first few times you shoot, you may airball. And then if you do that, you start looking, okay, damn, I airball. Why did I airball? Maybe I shot too short or whatever, or I didn't aim the right way. You make your adjustments, you get back in, you try again with a different approach, and this time you may hit the side of the rim or the front of the rim or something, the backboard, something. And then you go back, you course correct, damn, what didn't work? What did I do wrong? And then you keep making adjustments, and I promise you, with the more reps that you get in, the more shots you get up, and being intentional, you eventually gonna make shots. Building confidence with approaching girls, building a connection, asking a girl out for dates, communicating with them. It's the same thing. If you want to be confident with girls, you have got to get reps in. You've got to start talking to girls. If you can't sit down and look at the last week, the last month, the last year, and you can't pinpoint how many times, or at least you have a number of times that you've interacted with girls, and you actually can play back what happened in those situations when you shot your shot, or you tried to talk to a girl, or whatever the case is, or asked her out on a date. If you can't pinpoint what happened in a way where you can look back and be like, damn, this is what happened, this is probably what I did wrong, it didn't work, and then you can see over time where you went back again, instead of letting the fact that you failed or it didn't work be like, man, fuck it, man, I'm done with this shit. And you actually went back and made adjustments and tried again. If you aren't doing this thing, how the fuck do you expect to build confidence? You can't do it. And again, hello, I'm telling you, somebody that's did this for years. And I'm not talking about a couple of years, years on top of years. And I got to the point where it's like, damn, when I really sat down, I was like, bro, it's me. It's not the girls. You know what I'm saying? It's not the situations. It's me. When I got to the point where I said, you know what? I'm not going to let the fact that I fucked up, or I failed, or I kept getting rejected, or some girl that, you know, a bad experience where I felt bad or like I wasn't enough, keep me from actually interacting and going for the girls that I want out of fear of rejection. When I got to that point of building confidence, started out in the gym, making sure that, you know what, I'm building myself into a person where when I look in the mirror, I like what I see. I walk into a room and I know that I'm somebody. I've built something that's worth respecting. My lifestyle, same thing. You know what I'm saying? I build confidence so that when I walk into a room and I walk up to a girl, I carry that energy. I'm not worried about if, you know, I'm good enough, because internally I know that I'm good enough, and I don't need a girl's approval or acceptance to do that. And now, with that being said, I'm cooking with grease, because I don't have that extra pressure like, damn, I gotta say this, or damn, I gotta leave a certain impression. Baby girl, look, this is what it is. You either fuck with it or you don't. When you can get to that point, and you getting reps in, and you building your confidence and everything else in between, and you take pressure off, and you know that you're enough, you getting a dating life is a no-brainer. I promise you. God can strike me down if I'm lying to you. I guarantee you shit'll just pop off for you in no time. I'm telling you, as somebody who's done it. So you gotta do the work on yourself and look at you, because you're the common denominator in everything in your dating life. When you get you lined up and you check yourself and get yourself right, then your interactions will reflect that, just like a mirror. So it's like I tell y'all, your dating life, what you do and where you go is all on you. And if you struggling, if this video resonated with you and you struggling and you need help, I've got a community, my Lifestyle Buffet community, where I've got a lot of resources, you know, just like here, that's gonna walk you through in more detailed steps to kind of help you to change where you are and to get the results that you want. And if you're at a point where you really need more help, I do also offer one-on-one coaching as well. All of the information will be in the link below in the description. And look, man, 2026 has the chance to be the first year or the best year of your life as far as having the dating life that you want. But you gotta do the work if you're gonna have it. And I always tell all of my clients, anybody in my community, where you go and what you do is all on you, quite literally. So let's get up, let's go put the work in, look at yourself and do your work and what you need to do, and watch everything else play out for you. I love y'all from the bottom of my heart, and until next time, peace and love.